The Muppets Christmas Carol. The Muppets Christmas Carol was released in 1992 and is directed by Brian Henson and stars Michael Caine as Scrooge. And we also have Kermit the Frog as Bob Cratchit, Miss Piggy as Mrs. Cratchit, and as well as we also have Fozzy the Bear as Fezziwig, and the great Gonzo as Charles Dickens. And basically, if you don't know the story of the Christmas Carol already, I'm going to quickly go through it. Basically, the story of a Christmas Carol revolves around the character Scrooge, who at the start of the story is a very mean and old grumpy man, and he hates people and he hates Christmas. However, on Christmas Eve night, he gets told he's going to be visited by three spirits: the ghost of Christmas past, the ghost of Christmas present, and the ghost of Christmas future. And so throughout the story, he gets visited by the three ghosts: the ghost of Christmas past, who basically shows him what his childhood used to be like and how much he has changed; the ghost of Christmas present, which basically tells him what people view of him now, or how people think of him now; and the ghost of Christmas future, which tells him where he's going to end up if he doesn't change his ways. And so, spoiler alert, if you don't know the end of A Christmas Carol, basically, Scrooge has his redemption, and he's a much more happier man at the end of the story. He loves Christmas, and as you see on Christmas Day morning, he's a much more happy person at the end of the Christmas Carol story. But anyway, basically, this version of A Christmas Carol is yet again based on the source material, which, by the way, I have actually read the Christmas Carol book a while ago, but I have read it. I do remember quite a few big parts of it, so I have read the book, but this version of A Christmas Carol uses Muppets. So you have Kermit the Frog as Bob Cratchit, and you have the great Gonzo as Charles Dickens, and yes, this version of A Christmas Carol is a bit different than the source material, because yes, you have the great Gonzo playing Charles Dickens. There's even a joke between the great Gonzo and Wizard of the Rat, when basically, like, Wizard of the Rat's like, Charles Dickens wasn't in the Christmas Carol story. So it just kind of play on itself, this version of A Christmas Carol, but it is still quite similar to the source material. And we also have Michael Caine as Scrooge in this version, and I'm going to say this now, I just think this version of A Christmas Carol is wonderful, because it's just such a joy to watch, and every time I watch the film, it always feels like Christmas. I try to watch the film every single Christmas. I don't think I watched it last Christmas, and I was kind of disappointed myself that I didn't, but it's one of those films that when you watch it, it feels like Christmas. I mean, that's not to say that it doesn't have its criticisms. If I was being really picky, some of the special effects in the film haven't dated particularly well, and some of the parts of the film haven't dated that well, but bear in mind, this film was made in the early 90s, and yet you can still watch the film now and still have that sense of joy and wonder with it. I had a huge smile on my face through all the time that I watched the film yesterday. Honestly, it's such a delight to watch. Michael Caine's great as Scrooge. I really like his performance in the film. The songs are catchy. All the songs are really good. You know, wherever you find love, it feels like Christmas. Where goes Mr. Humbug? There goes Mr. Scrooge. That's like one of the first songs of the film. And, you know, the songs are still fantastic in the film. I just have a huge soft spot for the Muppets. That's the thing, though. Like, I grew up watching the Muppets film, and the thing is with the Muppets, I can still remember the Rainbow song from the very first Muppets movie, and I haven't watched that film in a long time, but I can still remember the Rainbow song quite well. And that's the thing with the Muppets songs, you know, imagine you can't go wrong with a Muppets film, and this is no exception. The songs are so catchy, and it's so great that I watched that other version of A Christmas Carol, you know, the 2009 Disney version, which I didn't really like that much, to be honest. I watched that version a couple of nights ago, and then I watched this version, and this version is so much better because it plays on the Christmas Carol. You know, you have Kermit the Frog, Bob Cratchit, you have Miss Piggy and Mrs. Cratchit, you know, these Muppets that we know for all these other Muppet films, but yeah, they're playing characters in a Charles Dickens book, and you have the great Gonzo playing Charles Dickens, like filling the gap in the action descriptions in the book where the film doesn't fill it in, and it's things like that which work really well in the film, because that's the thing with this film. That's why I like it so much, because it adds its own twist on the Christmas Carol story. That was my biggest problem with the 2009 version of A Christmas Carol. It was a bit of a bland retelling of the story. I mean, it had its moments, don't get me wrong, but honestly, it wasn't that great. But this version, you know, there are differences in there from the source material, and it adds its own twist to the story, and it isn't just a bland retelling. Like I said, you have the songs in there, and you get Wizard of the Rat as well, which throws into some comedy in there, and the film is funny, and it's just so wonderful to watch. Honestly, I really don't have any criticisms to do with the film. Yes, the special effects are a bit outdated, but this film was made in the early 90s, and yet yesterday when I was watching it, it never really bothered me. I was just sitting there with a huge grin on my face. About an hour after the film, I was still humming the songs. The songs were still, you know, in my head because it was so fantastic and so catchy. It's such a joyful film to watch, and it's such a fantastic Christmas film. Yes, that's what I love about this Christmas film so much. It's a Christmas film, and it knows it. It has fun with itself. Sure, it has its problems, and I'd actually say one of my criticisms is it's a bit too short. It's under an hour and a half, and I would like to see more of it, to be honest, but it's such a joy to watch because it's a Muppets Christmas film. Where can you go wrong with that? It's so much better than the 2009 Disney version. So honestly, I just think this version of Christmas Carol is an absolute delight. It's just such a joy to watch, and it's one of those Christmas films that really make you feel like it's Christmas. And so for that reason, I'm in a bit of a Christmassy spirit, so I'm going to give this film, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. You know, I just think this film is absolutely wonderful. Michael Caine's great, and it's great, you know, the Muppets as well interact with him. It's such a delight to watch. And also, the film's been a bit in the news recently, hasn't it, because of the new song that's been uncovered from the video version which was released. And by the way, I actually grew up watching the video version of this film, so I already knew that song is When Love Is Gone and everything. It's a good song, by the way, and it's another fantastic song of the film. But I grew up watching the video version, so I already knew that song. But it's such a delightful film to watch. I really think you can't go wrong with a Muppets film. And honestly, this film is no exception. It's my favourite movie adaptation of the Christmas Carol story, and I've seen a few of them now. But this one's just so joyful and adds on twist for it, and it's fun to watch. It's got catchy songs, and heck, the Muppets are in it. Need I say more? I just love this film. It's such a joy to watch, and it's one of those films where you watch it, it really makes you feel like Christmas. So for that reason, I'm going to say that the Muppets Christmas Carol is a 9 out of 10 from me. Anyway guys, what do you think of the Muppets Christmas Carol? Do you love it, do you hate it, or have you just not watched it? And if not, why not? Please do comment down below and know your thoughts in the comment section below. And seriously, just if you haven't watched the film yet, what are you waiting for? Even if you haven't watched this film for a good couple of years, go and watch it again, because I can guarantee it'll bring a huge smile onto your face. You know, I watched this film last night, I had a huge grin on my face through pretty much all the film, so honestly, it's such a delight to watch. Honestly, if you haven't watched the film yet, go and check it out, because it really does make you feel in the Christmas spirit. But anyway guys, just to say once again, I'm still watching and reviewing a handful of Christmas films right now, so look forward to my next Christmas film review, which I know what it's going to be, but I'm not going to reveal yet, but it's going to be a bit of an unusual Christmas film review, to say the least. So look forward to my next Christmas film review, coming very, very soon on this channel. Anyway guys, thank you as always for watching, and if you haven't yet, please do click down below and like and subscribe on this video, and look forward to many more, both film and TV reviews and Christmas film reviews, very soon on this channel. See you guys again soon, but bye for now, bye!